You love your bike. You wash it, shine it, and maybe even talk to it when no one's looking. But what if you're wrecking it every time you ride? From innocent habits to straight-up mechanical abuse, riders often make mistakes that quietly chew through parts, shorten lifespan, and jack up repair bills, all without realizing it. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a daily commuter, these are the 10 common riding mistakes that could be destroying your motorcycle more than the miles ever will. 10. Revving a cold engine. You hit the ignition, your bike growls to life, and the first instinct is to give it a little throttle, just to wake it up, right? But here's the reality. That little burst of sound might feel satisfying, but it's one of the worst things you can do to your engine when it's cold. When your motorcycle has been sitting for a while, especially overnight, the engine oil settles. It's not instantly circulating through all the crucial components the moment the engine starts. That means parts like pistons, camshafts, and bearings are rubbing against each other with minimal lubrication. And revving right out of the gate just increases the speed and intensity of that contact, creating more friction, more heat, and more wear. Think of it like waking up and sprinting full speed without stretching. Your muscles aren't ready, and you're way more likely to pull something. Engines work the same way. Giving your bike a minute or two to idle, especially in cold weather, lets the oil warm up and flow to every nook and cranny that needs it. A gentle warm-up keeps your internals safe, preserves performance, and extends the life of your engine. Before we continue, if you want to see more of our videos, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the notification bell. 9. Riding with worn brake pads. When your bike's brake pads are worn, they probably won't show any sign unless you're paying attention. Riding with worn brake pads is one of the fastest ways to destroy your rotors and compromise your safety at the same time. Brake pads are designed to wear out gradually, but when they get too thin, the metal backing plate starts making contact with the rotor. That metal-on-metal contact doesn't just reduce stopping power, it grinds deep grooves into your rotors, warping or damaging them beyond repair. And rotor replacements aren't cheap. So check your pads regularly. Most bikes let you do it without even removing the calipers. If there's less than 2 millimeters of pad material left, it's time to replace them. It's a simple, affordable fix that could literally save your life and save your rotors while you're at it. 8. Lugging the engine. You're rolling along in 5th gear, engine rumbling low, and the speed's just enough to keep moving. It feels calm and controlled. But listen closely. That deep, low chug isn't your engine being relaxed. It's actually struggling, and it's a silent killer. Lugging happens when you ride in too high a gear for your current speed, forcing the engine to work harder at low RPMs. Instead of spinning freely and efficiently, the pistons labor against internal pressure and the combustion timing gets sloppy. That repeated strain over time doesn't just bog down your ride, it wrecks things from the inside out. Your bearings, crankshaft, and connecting rods all start taking a hit. Vibrations increase, fuel burns unevenly, and in worst cases, it can lead to premature engine wear or failure. It's like forcing a bodybuilder to lift without letting them breathe. Eventually, something gives out. So always pay attention to your revs. If your bike starts vibrating more than usual, or it feels like it's dragging instead of pulling, it probably needs a downshift. 7. Ignoring chain maintenance. Out of sight, out of mind, that's how a lot of riders treat their chain. It's back there doing its job, spinning the wheel, transferring power, and holding the whole drive system together. But neglect it long enough, and it turns into one of the most expensive headaches on your bike. Chains take on more abuse than you might think. Dust, road grime, rain, and heat all work together to strip away lubrication and wear down metal. Without regular cleaning and oiling, your chain dries out, starts developing tight spots, and begins wearing unevenly. And that wear doesn't stop at the chain, it chews through your sprockets too. What you should do is check your chain tension regularly. Clean it with a brush and a proper chain cleaner, and lube it every 300 to 600 miles depending on riding conditions. It only takes 15 minutes, but it could save you hundreds in repairs and keep your ride butter smooth. 6. Poor shifting habits. Every gear change is a conversation between you and your bike, and when you're sloppy, your transmission takes the hit. Stomping on the shifter, skipping the clutch, or rushing through gears without timing can feel fast, but what you're really doing is grinding metal on metal. The gearbox is a precise mechanical system. It relies on smooth transitions and proper clutch engagement to keep everything aligned and functional. When you force a shift without properly disengaging the clutch, the gear dogs slam into each other instead of meshing cleanly. Do that enough times and you'll wear down the gear teeth, bend shift forks, or even crack internal components. Always try to use the clutch properly. Don't rush and feel the engagement. A smooth shift doesn't just protect your gearbox, it makes you a better rider. Precision always beats aggression when it comes to preserving your transmission. 5. Letting the fuel run low. Running on empty might seem harmless, maybe even efficient if you're trying to squeeze every last drop. But doing it regularly is a great way to invite long-term trouble into your fuel system. Inside your gas tank, there's more than just fuel. Over time, small bits of dirt, rust, and sediment settle at the bottom. Your fuel pump is designed to draw gas, not debris. When you're low on fuel, that sediment gets sucked into the system. It can clog your fuel injectors, dirty up your carburetor jets, and eventually choke your engine's performance. That's not all. Fuel acts as a coolant for your electric fuel pump, especially on fuel-injected bikes. When the fuel level drops too low, the pump can overheat. Do this often enough and the pump starts to wear out, leading to hard starts, stalling, or complete failure. It's a simple habit. Keep your tank at least a quarter full. Not only does it keep your fuel system cleaner and cooler, but it also gives you more flexibility if you're caught out on the road without a gas station nearby. 4. Hard downshifting without rev matching. There's nothing wrong with a strong downshift when it's done right. But slam down 2 or 3 gears and dump the clutch without matching revs? That's a recipe for drivetrain shock, engine stress, and possibly losing control of the bike. When you downshift, your engine speed has to increase to match the new lower gear. If you just let the clutch out without helping the engine catch up, the rear wheel slows suddenly, the bike lurches, and the engine fights to match speed. That stress level travels straight through your transmission and drivetrain, and over time, it wears out components faster. Rev matching solves this. As you downshift, give a quick blip of the throttle to raise the engine RPM before releasing the clutch. It smooths the transition, eases the load on your transmission, and keeps the bike stable. 3. Forgetting to check tire pressure. A lot of riders hop on the bike without even glancing at their tires. But here's the thing, incorrect tire pressure doesn't just affect handling. It quietly eats away at your tires and suspension. It can even lead to dangerous blowouts. Too low and your tires overheat. The sidewalls flex excessively and the contact patch becomes uneven. That not only shortens the lifespan of your tires, but makes cornering feel sluggish and unpredictable. Too high and you lose grip, especially in wet conditions. Plus, the ride gets rough and transfers more impact to your suspension system and frame. Modern motorcycles are engineered with very specific tire pressure ranges. And it's not just for comfort. It's about safety, performance, and longevity. Make it a habit. Check your tire pressure once a week or before every long ride. It takes 2 minutes with a gauge, and it's one of the cheapest and most effective ways to protect your motorcycle from wear and tear. 2. Using the wrong type of oil. Motorcycle oil isn't just oil. It's a blend designed to protect not only your engine, but your transmission and clutch too, especially on bikes with a wet clutch system. Yet, plenty of riders use car oil in their bikes because it's cheaper or easier to find. Big mistake. The additives in automotive oil are formulated differently. Many contain friction modifiers that make them too slippery for motorcycles. That can lead to clutch slippage, where your clutch fails to engage fully and power delivery becomes inconsistent. Over time, that wear adds up, and you're looking at a full clutch replacement. Always use oil that meets your manufacturer's specs, usually Jasso MA or MA2, for most modern bikes. It's not just about brand names, it's about the right formulation for your engine. A few extra dollars now could save you thousands in repairs later. 1. Parking it long-term without prep. Maybe winter rolled in, or life got busy, and your bike ended up sitting in the garage for a month or two. No big deal, right? Just fire it up and go when you're ready. Not so fast. Letting a motorcycle sit too long without proper prep can quietly ruin components you didn't even think about. Fuel starts breaking down in as little as 30 days. If it's left untreated, it gums up your fuel lines, clogs injectors or carburetors, and makes starting the engine a nightmare. The battery slowly drains. Moisture builds up in the engine and exhaust system, leading to rust and corrosion. Even your tires develop flat spots from sitting in one place too long. It doesn't take a full winter hibernation to cause damage. Just a few weeks of inactivity is enough if you're not careful. The fix? If you're planning to store your bike, treat the fuel with a stabilizer, top off the tank, and keep the battery on a tender. Cover the bike to keep dust and moisture away, and ideally, move it every now and then to keep the tires and suspension healthy. A little prep goes a long way. When you're ready to ride again, your bike should feel just as eager as you are. Which other riding mistakes have you made before? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest posts.